Good morning and welcome to the Haven Financial Group radio show. I'm Larry Kalvig, founder and CEO of the Haven Financial Group. Every week we come to you and talk about retirement, questions, worries, concerns, the golden years. We want them to be as good as possible. Kim, good to be with you again this week.
It's great to be with you as well. And can you believe we're already halfway through February? Boy, oh boy, the time just seems to be flying, doesn't it?
It's hard to believe. It is really hard to believe.
It really is, Larry. We were just talking about Happy New Year. So here we go. Listen, this week we're going to talk about demystifying financial security. I really think this is an interesting topic because I think financial security means something different to everyone. So that's certainly going to be a portion of what we take up. But demystifying it, I really like that concept because I do think that it is sort of a mystery for a lot of people. How do I put together a plan that makes me feel secure for years that I'm not working? Because, I don't think anybody really understands how that can be done when you are working and there's a check coming all the time and there's a bit of security like that.
Well, that's true. I mean, all these years we worked to get to these retirement years, and we don't really know the expectations. It's uncharted territory. So it's kind of a live and learn on the go, and, nothing's carved in stone. And as we visit with people on a weekly basis, just because it starts one way doesn't mean it's going to end that way. Life happens. You got to figure things out. Now you have more time to, if you're married, be with your spouse or do whatever you want to do. And you got to find your niche. What's the next season of life? What is it going to look like? Well, it takes money to get there, and then also to embrace some of the other things people want to do in life. So I think that's kind of the gist of a lot of our discussion today. Absolutely.
We're going to begin by talking about defining financial security, which again, I think you would also say that's a different definition for all different people, but we're going to kind of broad stroke that. Then we'll talk about the value of consistent income, then protecting and rebuilding emergency funds, which certainly seems like an important one to me. And then why the years right after retirement are so vulnerable. So these are our subjects this morning, and we're so glad that our listeners could be with us. If we hit a chord and you'd like to talk to someone at Haven Financial Group, the number is 612-504-8400. 612-504-8400. Be sure that you give them a call. All right, Larry, let's get started talking about defining financial security. Again, would you say that it's different for all different people?
Oh, yeah, it's definitely different for all different people. Now, when we say financial security and retirement, you might think numbers, stock market, inflation, et cetera. And you can do that if you want, but it's far more than that. It's about developing the confidence to know that you maybe have some financial freedom, living life on your terms, stress management. Finances can bring stress. There's no doubt about it. Are you worrying about the bills, or is it focusing on the things you want to do? Do you have your bases covered when it comes to the needs first, so you can have the wants later? That's really what financial security is about: doing the things you want to do, that you've been living for and want to do in retirement. It's really all encompassing.
Sure. So let's break this down just a bit. So let's begin with the idea of pursuing personal fulfillment, because as you just said, you don't want to be worried about the finances. You want to be enjoying the things that you've been anticipating.
Yeah, embracing independence. It's providing the freedom to take a break from the daily grind and all those years of working so hard, and kind of immerse yourselves, take care of yourself. Life enrichment, if you will. Fulfillment and contentment. Establishing living standards according to your values. Prioritizing the things, whether it's family, whether it's devotion of time to your church or whatever that looks like. Maybe it's supporting loved ones. Man, this year I seem to have worked with a lot of folks already this year. They're taking care of their aging parents, which is a blessing for many of them to be able to do. However, it does encompass a lot of their time. But, rather than hiring in-home nurses, and, there's some comfort with it. I just lost one of my eldest clients here the first week of the year. But, the two kids who are now in their mid-60s, they really took care of Dad, who passed just before he was 104 years old. And Mom died at 99. And they really were able to take care of their parents up until now. And, as much as the loss here when we lost the dad was difficult, I tell you what, Now they're able to live their retirement, but it gave them a lot of fulfillment. It really, really did.
Well, no doubt those kids were felt very fortunate to be able to do that for aging parents. I think a lot of grandparents and certainly individuals who are getting a little bit later in their work career, they're constantly also thinking about education and investing in education, which is a really important thing when it comes to, fulfilling your personal pursuits.
Yeah, we do come across this quite often, Kim, where parents or grandparents specifically, hey, we'd like to open up a 529 college plan for the kids or grandkids so they can pursue their educational, whatever that may look like. But it needs to be noted that it needs to be used for education, which a lot of those types of funds are designed for, because college is so expensive. I speak from experience because my wife and I have one in med school and three different colleges, which makes four. So any support that any family can give, which is great. And maybe, investing in the family is important to you. So look at different investment vehicles. You might be able to do that. Or maybe you want to pursue some education that all these years you had given up, even though you had a lot of passion about it and wanted to do it. Why not do it in the retirement years? Mm-hmm. Education can maybe keep you sharp through those golden years, and something you always wanted to learn. And maybe it's the church or, philanthropic type of organizations I look forward to. We're at Haven, we're big supporters of the Can Do Canines, which supports training dogs for autism, special needs, and a variety of things. We have the big gala coming up here a week from Saturday, which I look so forward to. And, financial security can give us the ability to pursue these goals and objectives. Without it, that we might have to give up. So I can't stress enough the importance of having a plan. And you and I talk about every single week, whether you have very little or a lot or anything in between, it's just that important.
Yep, you bet. What are some of the misconceptions you think when it comes to a fulfilling life in retirement when people come in and talk to you? What do you think maybe some of their misconceptions might be?
Yeah, some of these come right to mind because I've heard it for many, many years. Financial planning is only for the wealthy. Mm-hmm. Couldn't be further from the truth. Whether you have little or a lot, I can't stress it enough. For financial planning is only about investments. Oh, it's far more than that. It's about, debt management and saving and budgeting and estate planning and, insurance, retirement strategies and income. And ironically, or not ironically, at Haven Financial Group, these are all the things that we do, and I call it all the retirement puzzle pieces. These are the things we do at Haven, and these are where we help lots of people in these areas. Or, I'm just going to wait till I get a little older before I do some financial planning. You're giving up some really good years and compound of interest. Delaying it isn't going to make it better. It's only going to make it worse. Start with a little, develop it from there, and you'll be surprised at the outcome. Or some say, well, financial planning means sacrifice your quality of life. I certainly beg to differ. It actually can improve your quality of life just by the things we talked about this segment. Or, not last, but one that does come to mind is you don't need financial professional help. You can do it on your own. And maybe some out there that are listening, they can do it on their own. But in all my years of experience, many are not able to. They're not disciplined enough. That's not their background. They may not even enjoy even thinking or talking about this stuff. And it does take a discipline in order to get where you want to go, managing the investments or managing the expenses or, just coming up with a plan. I always say, pick your lane. I get on a plane and I let the pilot do the flying because I have my lane. The pilot has their lane. Absolutely. What's your lane? There's certain things that I'm not good at. A lot of things I'm not good at, but there's certain things that is our specialty, and that truly at Haven is retirement.
Absolutely, and financial security. You guys can work with the individuals who are trying to achieve financial security to make sure it happens. 612-504-8400 is the number. Again, if we're hitting on things that you have some questions about, maybe you can certainly relate to the idea of wanting more financial security in your retirement. Maybe your portfolio needs some sharpening up. Maybe you don't have one at all. You can call the folks here at Haven Financial Group, 612-504-8400. Set up an appointment, go in and sit down and chat with these experts. All right, Larry, still coming your way, the value of consistent income. That's what we'll talk about next, right here on the Haven Financial Group radio show.